I've been hearing some great things about the Lucid whiteboard, which is integrated into everybody's Canvas account, and I finally found some time to use it. I even teamed up with the people at Lucid to learn the best way to start using it in my classroom. Let's go ahead and dive in. So I'm here in one of my courses. Today I'm going to show you how to build a really simple activity, but there's lots of different ways that you can use it. So we're going to be putting it onto a page. I'm going to go into modules and I'm just going to add it to my getting started module here. Let's click the plus button to add a page. So add a page, create page, and this is going to be about summer. Add item. Now we are going to be adding it to our page here, which is at the bottom, but before we can do that, you want to make sure that you've connected your Canvas account to Lucid. It's super easy. Here's how you do it. You're going to look for Lucid over here in the left-hand navigation. If you don't see it, you want to click on settings. You only have to do all this once. You want to click on settings, and then you're going to go over here to navigation. And notice how it's not showing up here in the course navigation. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I'm going to find Lucid. There it is. Click on the three dots and click Enable. This way it's going to show up for us. Then we're going to hit Save, Update Course Details. And now over in the left-hand navigation, I've got Lucid right here. Let's go ahead and click on that. Now I'm already connected, so I land here, but if you're not connected, you're going to land here. If you happen to have a Lucid account outside of Canvas already, you can go ahead and log in, or most of us are just going to be clicking sign up. Then you click connect to Lucid, and then it's ready for you. That's all it takes, and then click continue. Your students will do the same exact thing the first time they go to use one of your Lucid activities. If the sign-on looked different for you, look for the link in my description. That's Lucid's instructions on how to connect. It will get you through all of the things. But you're ready to click continue. It's going to open up a brand new tab in Lucid. Now remember, I had landed here and I'm ready just to open Lucid. So I'm going to click open Lucid. And there's a lot of great things that you can use, but we're just going to start by clicking the new button, and we want to do a Lucid Spark. So go ahead and click on Lucid Spark. You don't need to choose one of those options there, although you could. I'm going to click on Lucid Spark. It'll take just a few moments to load. And if you clicked the same way I did, or if you clicked on templates, it's going to take you right here. If you want to explore the templates, you can. We're not going to be using them today, but if you are, scroll down on the left-hand side, choose education, and you've got a ton of higher ed and K-12 templates to choose from, so you never have to start from scratch. But let's go ahead and click the X here. So we've got this blank whiteboard. You can draw on the whiteboard. You've got all of your tools over here on the left-hand side. You've got your zooming tools over here in the lower right-hand corner, and you've got your facilitator teacher collaboration tools in the upper right-hand corner. Now we want to use our whiteboard. So if you scroll, you can scroll with a scroll wheel on your mouse, or you can use the arrows here, the up and down arrows, to get to all of those tools. Notice that there is a drawing tool, so you can certainly write on it, but we're going to create our activity. So I'm looking for this frame tool right here. So you want to click on the icon. You're going to choose frame, and then it gives you this little crosshatch. We are just going to click in the upper right-hand corner, click drag, and pull it down to the lower corner. Now it's really easy to make this one way too big or way too small, but it's easy to change. I'm going to click off of it, clicking onto the whiteboard. If I click anywhere on the frame, notice as I hover over the frame, it gives me that double arrow. I can click and drag it out. I can also right click. If I right click with my mouse on my frame, I get that pan tool and I can move it around my infinite whiteboard. This goes up and out forever. I can also scroll or use two fingers to zoom in and out. I'm going to scroll, so I can also scroll in and out here. Okay, I'm going to leave it right here. What we want to do is to give this frame a name. I'm going to double click on that name, and notice how the tools here are in the way. If I hover on my whiteboard, I get those crossed arrows, and that means that I can go ahead and just click and drag and move it out of the way of those tools. Okay, so clicking there, I'm going to change this to Tell us about summer. Now we are building this together, but know that I'm going to create a template of this so you can just grab this, drop it directly into your class, or you can grab the template, customize it, and then drop your version of it into your class. Next, let's add some instructions. So I'm going to grab a text box. So I'm going to click, hold, and drag it onto my frame. And I'm ready just to type in some instructions. I'm just going to say instructions. We're going to use sticky notes for this one. So we're going to say click and drag a sticky note onto the activity and share what you're excited about for summer. I also want them to respond with a reaction. Also, click on one of your classmates' sticky notes and respond with an emoji. And I'm in parentheses, it's actually called a reaction. Now I can make this fit my frame perfectly. I've got these white squares. If I click off of it and then click on the text box again, I can go ahead and grab one of the white squares and then click, hold, and drag it so that I've got the shape that I want. I can also change the font. So I'm going to highlight all of my text. I just double clicked and I want my font to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to make it 10. And I also want to use a different style. I like this one here. I'm going to change it to this style right here. And I can continue to just click off of it, click back on. I'm clicking and dragging, and I can do it just like that. Let's do our sticky note next. So I'm back over at the toolbar on the left. I'm going to click the sticky notes once, and I want to use a sticky note bank. I'm going to click that sticky note bank one time, and I've got lots of options here. I do want to change the color. I like to use the lighter colors. I think they're easier to read. I'm going to choose a lighter yellow. I also want to change the name of the sticky note bank to the question. I'm just going to call it Excited for Summer. ... Notice you've got some more tools here, so many other things that you can change, but let's keep it simple. I'm going to click off of my sticky notepad and then I'm going to hover on it. I'm looking for those two crossing arrows. That tells me that I can go ahead and click, hold, and drag, and I can move it anywhere, but I want it attached to the frame. Okay, so I'm going to keep it attached to the frame. I'm just going to put it right here. Let's go ahead and click off of that. Now I'm almost finished. There's just one more thing that I want to do, and it's just a fun thing. Let's add an image. So I'm back over here at my toolbar. If you don't see this image icon, you might need to use either your up and down arrows, or I've got a scroll here on my mouse. So I want to go to that images icon. I'm going to click it once. There's a ton of things that you can use. I'm just going to grab an emoji, and I want to grab a sun emoji. So let's just search for sun. There's one. Let's click it, and then it lands there on my page. Let's click out of the emojis. If I click on it once, just like our text box, I get those 4 squares. I can go ahead and resize it. I can also get the double arrows and then click, drag, and move it to where I want. Okay, I think it's looking great. We're keeping it really, really simple. Now we need to get it class ready. The first thing that you want to do is to lock down your board, only allowing students to grab those sticky notes and write on the sticky notes. We don't want them to change the instructions. So I'm going to click in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm just going to click, hold, and drag through. I'm just selecting everything, and then I'm going to let go. Everything's selected, and up in my toolbar, it gives me the option to lock. So we're going to choose lock. The other thing that I want to do to make this class ready is to use this collaboration tool. I want to make sure that students are able to collaborate and share their sticky notes. So I'm going to click on the collaboration tool, these people. I want to make myself a facilitator, and I want to go through the controls. A really great rule of thumb here, just to keep things simple, is to turn everything on, even if you're not using all of the things. The most important things to turn on are showing authors and locking objects, but I just turn all of them on to keep my life simple. Let's go ahead and click the X here, and then I finally want to give it a name. This way I can find it in my library. So I'm going to click up here on the blank board, and let's give it a name. Collaboration. Now you could add multiple frames. We've just added a single frame and we called it Tell Us About Summer. If I click down here where I've got my zooming options, I also have a table of contents option. If I click on that table of contents, it will bring up all of the frames that you have. I'm going to right click to move this. So if I right click on my frame, I can move it out of the way so I don't see it anymore. But if I click on the table of contents, I can click on that frame to refocus. So even if you've got a bunch of things here, you and your students can easily get your way back to the frame. You can also, once you're here, and students can do this too, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can move it around by right-clicking, you can move it around by right-clicking. Students will be able to do this as well. Now that we've got it built, the hard part's done. Let's go ahead and add this to our page. Okay, so back into Canvas. I want to go back to that module and that page that we created. So back into modules, I did put it here in my Getting Started module. There it is, About Summer. So I'm going to click on About Summer and I want to edit this. You can do this in an assignment, a discussion, but we're going to keep it really simple. Next, I want to add some general Lucid instructions. I know that the question's on the board, but it's really helpful to direct students, especially the first time that you're using it. You'll have access to my instructions here as well. I've got my instructions here. What I really want to let students know is to use that full screen mode. If I were doing this in class, I would definitely demo this for class, and it's just as simple as doing the full screen mode and showing them how to zoom in and zoom out. Now I'm going to go ahead and enter after I've put my instructions here, and now I want to attach that activity. Now the activity lives in Lucid, and I happen to have my Lucid icon right here. If you don't see it, you want to click the three dots here and look for the Lucid icon there. You might not have it, and if you don't have it, that's okay. There's other ways that you can get there. It happens to be an app or a plugin. So you can click on the plugin. It will either bring up Lucid right here, or you can view all to get to Lucid. I'm going to go ahead and do my plugin, and I'm going to go view all, and then choose insert whiteboard or diagram. It might take just a little bit to load, but you'll see our collaboration board right here. All I have to do is to click on it and then continue. These access settings are super important. We do want to give our students edit access so that they can use the sticky note tool. Okay, we're going to hit insert. And then that's it. I'm going to go ahead and save and publish, and then let's take a look. So when your students click on the page, it's going to look exactly like it looks here. And this is why I think it's really important that they go to the full screen option. So I'm going to click full screen. Notice how it ends up way over here. This is where the table of contents is really helpful, and then we can just go ahead and focus right in. Now students can grab a sticky note, drag it here, and then type, what am I excited about? I'm excited about hiking. Now there's nothing that can't be undone. You and your students have the ability to undo here. Everything is very undoable. Now let me go ahead and put my sticky note back in there, and I'm going to put hiking. Let me close my table of contents. We also ask students to respond with an emoji. And to do that, it says click on one of your classmates' sticky notes. So I'm just going to click on mine. And then I've got my reaction emojis right here. So I'm going to add a reaction and I can go heart. Students also have the ability to comment, so you can have them comment instead by clicking on the three dots and then add comments. And I'm just going to say here, me too, and then add our comment. Now we told students, let me go ahead and click the X here. Now we told students to click the full screen option again that returns them to the page so they feel like they're right back here in Canvas. Now you don't need to remember how to create this activity. As long as you've connected your Canvas account to Lucid, you're ready to click on my template. There's a link down below. You can either use it as is, or you can customize it before adding it to your class. Now we have just barely touched the surface in terms of what you can do with Lucid. I'm going to continue learning and providing you more videos. Let me know what you'd like to learn in the comments down below. In the meantime, take a look at this video.